பூமாலை சூடிக் கொடுத்தாலே சொல்லு சுடிக் கொடுத்த சுடற்கொடியே தொல்பாவை பாடியருள வல்ல பல்வலையாய் நாடி நீ வேங்கடவர்க்கு என்ன விதி என்ன இம்மாற்றம் நாம் கடவா வண்ணமே நல்கு. Over the past month, Thiruppāvai month, Margazhi month, we've looked at the 29 pastimes of Thiruppāvai. I've completely given the line by line, word by word meanings as much as possible. However, seeing to the fact that it is traditional, we have the 30th pastime as well. We are going to look at that 30th pastime today. But before that, it is also seen that on the last day, we should say the summary of all 30 pastimes. Instead of saying the first, usually the 30th pastime is explained, then afterwards the summary, and then afterwards Andal Thirukkalyanam, Andal's marriage. However, I'm going to flip it. First, we're going to do the explanation of the 30 songs, and then afterwards, we will briefly look at the last pastime, 30th pastime, and then afterwards, we will briefly look at Andal Thirukkalyanam as well, as seen. Today, I am joined by a couple of musicians who will also be playing alongside me. I'm sure it will be more pleasant to hear them play as opposed to hearing me speak. So I'll try to wrap up quickly and let them play. However, I want to first say that we are going to start with the first pastime. Andal says this Thiruppāvai as a anukaram, as a excuse of a vratam. We will look into that after they all introduce themselves and then also play the first pastime, Margazhi Tingal.
Namaskar to everybody. My name is Anirudh. I'm a mridangist and I've been learning mridangam for 5 years under the tutelage of Sri M.R. Venupuri Srinivas.
My name is Atulya Satyanarayanan. I've been learning Carnatic music for the past 10 years under Srimati Maitreyi Shastri.
Namaskaram. My name is Srinika Srinivas. I've been learning Carnatic vocal for the past 7 years. I started with Srimati Geeta Ganesh and currently learn from Vidushi Bhargavi Balasubramaniam.
Namaskaram everybody, my name is Surya Savitri Nishar and I've been learning currently for 7 years under the guidance of Uma Shankar.
Namaskaram everyone, my name is Ananya Kochuparambil. I've been learning Veena under the tutelage of Srimati Gauri Srinivas for the last 6 years.
Margazhi Tingal Madi Nirainda Nannalal Margazhi Tingal Madi Nirainda Nannalal Nirada Poduri Olumino Nevirayi Nirada Poduri Olumino Nevirayi Sival Kumar Padi
Andal, she first starts this vratam. We see she actually doing a vratam. Usually we see that we do some puja for some sort of purpose. Is that what Andal is doing? Andal, little bit about her backstory. Andal was the daughter of Thiruppāvai. Thiruppāvai was known to have made flower garlands for Vadapatra Sai of Srivilliputturu, and at that time, seeing one day he is making these flower gardens, and in his garden he sees a baby girl. he finds a baby girl that is without any parents, and so he adopts this girl and he raises her. This girl, he teaches her everything that he knows. Meimei perivaarthai vittu chittar kettiruppat tammai ugappare taamugappar ennum sol tammidaye poyyanal saadipparaalniye. Andal in her Nachiyar Tirumozhi as well says, everything I know, I learned from my father. She will also say it in today's pastram, the 30th pastram. So what is the point of this Andal? She's saying that I've everything I've learned from him. So what did he teach her? Everything that he knew was all about Krishna. He taught her all the stories he knows about Krishna, he taught to his daughter. And so then growing up, she also wanted to enjoy the anubhavam of Krishna. She wanted to spend time with Krishna. She wanted to play with Krishna. All these stories that he would tell her. Vannamadangal shoot Thirukkotiyur Kannan Keshavan Nambi Perandinil Ennai Sunnam Yedire Tuvida Kannan Muttam Kalandarayitre. He would talk about how Krishna would play, Krishna would run, Krishna would steal butter, Krishna would cheat the gopis. He would do all sorts of things, and she wanted to enjoy that same experience. So what did she end up doing? She thought that, okay, we are all going to go to Mathura, we are going to go to Vrindavan. They are somewhere living in Shiviliputtur, all the way in the south of India. At that time, Vande Bharat did not exist. So they could not go all the way up to Mathura. How is that? That's not possible for her. So then that was strucken out. Next up, she was like, okay, maybe I will go to the Vadabhadra Sai temple, the temple of in Shiviliputtur, I'll go there. But that too was not the anubhavam she was hoping for. And so what did she do? She remembered that in the Srimad Bhagavatam, when Krishna disappeared, Krishna was a part of the Ras Kriyatam, the Ras Leela with the gopis, and at that time, he disappeared for some time, and so these gopis were without Krishna. So what did they do at that time? They pretended that each other were, one person was Krishna, one person was a gopi, or one person was Kalinga, one person was Krishna, one person was another demon, and then another person was Krishna, and they would play amongst themselves, pretending that Krishna was amongst them, and thereby they felt some sort of happiness. Andal thought, I will also pretend and play. What did she pretend and play as? Is what we see in these 30 pastimes. She pretended to be, at the time of, in Shiviliputtur, we see that the parents of the gopis did not want their children to spend time with Krishna. It was very obvious because Krishna was cheating all of them. There's a beautiful story I mentioned previously in which Krishna stole one of the girls' bangles. He bought naga fruits with it, and then he didn't even share the fruits with the girl. And then afterwards, when her mother came and asked, "Why did you steal my girl's bangle?" he opened up his purple mouth from eating the fruits, and he said, "I didn't do it." That's the level to which Krishna is. He was cheating all of them. So their parents also did not want them to spend time with him. So what happened? They all put their children inside the houses and said, "No, you cannot come outside. You cannot spend time with Krishna." To which it happened to be Krishna's lucky day that it stopped raining in Mathura. We see it stopped raining in Vrindavan. And so what happened when it stopped raining in Vrindavan? All of the people, they went to the nearest astrologer or the guru of the town, and they asked him, what should we do for there to be rain? And he said that, oh, you guys all come together. You bring all of your unmarried daughters together, and they can do a vratam for the rain to come. They can do a puja for the rain to come. Okay, how do we do this? The leader of this vratam should be Krishna. And so hence the purpose of all of them putting their daughters inside the houses became nullified. It had to be that they had to come out and spend time with Krishna and do this vratam with him. He was supposed to be the leader of this vratam. For them, they did not care whether it rained or not. They just wanted to spend time with Krishna. So for them, it was an excuse to go see Krishna. Similarly, Andal as well realizes that, oh, I want an excuse to go spend time with Krishna. So she pretends to do the same vratam, the same prayer for rain. She pretends to do it, and thereby she fully immerses herself in Bhagavad Guna Anubhavam, Sunai Needadudal. That is what we see that throughout this, each pastram talks about a quality of Krishna, and thereby she looks into all of these different qualities of him and enjoys that fully. That is what is shown throughout Thiruppāvai. And so in that sense, she starts this vratam. She starts this anukaram, this pretending and playing of this vratam in the first pastram. If you guys remember, I had given titles for each and every single one of the pastrams. Using that, I will give the summary of all the 30 pastrams. We'll first look at the first 5. Margai, Vayyum, Ongu, Ari, Mayan. These are the first 5 pastrams. I'll first say the first 3, and then afterwards they'll play Ongi Ulagalan. Then afterwards we'll continue. First pastram, Margari Tingal. It was known for Narayane Namakke Paredaruvan. Keep calm and Narayana. That was the title of the first day. Keep calm and Narayana meant what? We think that we have to do, that's the summary of the entirety of the 30 pastrams is keep calm and Narayana. It's been quite a while since I last said it, but every single pastram shows this. Keep calm. Don't worry. Ma Suchaha. That's what Krishna says, right? Ma Suchaha, don't worry. Narayana. He will take care of everything. Narayana. He himself will give us whatever we need. Whatever rain we need, he will give it. If we want moksha, he himself will give it. Any sort of good that is going to happen in our life, he is the punyan, he is the one that is going to give that. Don't wait. Keep calm and Narayana is the meaning of the first pastram, and that is explained throughout the 30. You will see that. Second pastram was Vayyattu Vazhvirgal. Andal brings out a list of different rules. Vayyattu Vazhvirgal, Namam Nampavikku, Cheyyum Kirishigal, Keliro, Parkaral, Payetto in the Paramanadi party, Neyunnum, Palunum, Natkale, Nidadi, Neyunnum, Palunum, we won't eat milk and ghee, Natkale, Nidadi, we will bathe in the morning, Mayeterdum, we won't wear eyeliner, Malayattanamudiyum, we won't wear flowers in our hair, etc. This is all a part of the Vratam. The Vratam she's pretending to do. However, my title for that day was Break Some Rules. Every single one of those rules, I showed how it is breakable. It is not that Perumal does not expect any rules from us. God does not expect that we follow something and then get something from it. Arukkodambu echil vaayal தூய்மையில் தொண்டனேன் நான் சொல்லினேன் தொல்லை நாமம் பாவியேன் பிழைத்தாள் என்று அஞ்சினேற்கு அஞ்சலண்ட காவி போல் வண்ணர் வந்து என் கண்ணுலே தோன்றினாரே. Some people feel bad. They say that, oh, I need to bathe and then only after that go to the temple, otherwise God will punish me. Or otherwise it will not be correct. We see in even Tamil there's a saying, Sami kannu kuttirum. God isn't going to poke our eyes out. That's not the purpose. God is not that petty. And so what is the reason we follow these things? It is just a matter of our convenience. We see that even in the Ramayana, there was 2 Sharanagatis that happened back to back. One, Rama, Vibhishana came and did Sharanagati. He fell at the feet of Rama. At that time, Vibhishana did not bathe. He did not do Sandhyavandanam before that. He was not in any clean play. He was not clean at all when he fell at Rama's feet. But that Sharanagati worked. Whereas Rama, he followed every single rule. He went and he bathed. He sat on a darbhasana. He did everything. He did the meditation, etc. to pray to the ocean. That didn't work. And so the point is that none of these rules really matter. Reality, what matters is that He is the real person that is going to protect us. I showed really funny descriptions for all the rules. For instance, I showed that Malayattanamudiyum means that we should not wear flowers in our hair. Flowers, in the commentary itself, it says, if Krishna gives us flowers, we'll wear it. Neyunnum, Palunum, we won't eat butter and ghee. If we stop making butter and ghee in the town of Vrindavan, what will Krishna do? We have to ask these questions, right? And we should understand that none of these rules aren't us just giving them as excuses, as a part of this Vratam. In reality, we do not need to do anything. With this, Adiyan has explained the first 2 pastrams. They will now play Ongi Olagalanda, and then I will explain the third through the 28th pastram.
ஓங்கியுலகளந்த உத்தமன் பேர் பாடி ஓங்கியுலகளந்த உத்தமன் பேர் பாடி ஓங்கியுலகளந்த உத்தமன் பேர் பாடி நாகலம் பாவைக்கு சாற்றி நீராடினான் நீங்கின்றி நாடெல்லாம் எங்கள் பூமாரி
So in this Ongi Ulaganda Pastram, the title I had given was How to Become Rich. Ninga the Selvam Nirainda. How do we get this Ninga the Selvam? To which the answer is Krishna. Any sort of Selvam, any sort of riches that are to come to our life, it is not that we have to chase after anything. It will come on its own. You see in this pastram, there's the description of so many things in nature. Did any of those things in nature go after? I explained on that day itself. I'm trying to give a short explanation, so I cannot go into every pastram. Remember what I said on that day. She gives so many natural descriptions. Did any of those bees in that pastram, did they try to get those riches? Did they work hard to find the flower that they can sleep on? Did they tell the fishes underneath to hit the flower so that it can feel like they're being rocked? None of these things happened. If any Ninga the Selvam is to happen, if we are to become rich, he is the one that is to give it to us. With that, Andal looks at the third pastram. Next pastram, fourth pastram, Ari Mai Kanna. This is known as the world is your oyster, is what I had said. In this pastram, Andal orders. She does not do prarthana. She orders the rain god to come and pour rain for her. To which the question is asked, why does she order? Shouldn't she do prarthana? She's just a young girl. Whereas this is the rain god. Shouldn't she do prarthana? Shouldn't she request the rain god? To which our acharyas say that when we are under the feet of Perumal, when we are under his protection, doesn't he take care of everything? We do not have to go ask anybody else for anything extra. If there is anything beyond what he is able to give, then of course that we have to ask everything. If let's just say one person is able to give me, that person has promised me fruits for the rest of my life. If I want vegetables, I can't go to that person. I have to go to somebody else. But if one person has said they'll give me everything I need, is there anybody else that we need to go request something from? Andal orders the fact that this Pajanya Devan should do this for her. Why? Because this is also an aspect of Perumal alone. Perumal is the one, Krishna is the one that is giving that rain as well. The world is your oyster. Every aspect of nature is in the service of us. Selevalava sevagane shirama talelo. Alvar say that he is the one that is serving us. We often say that, oh, we are doing seva for the God. That's not what the Alvars say. They say that he is doing seva for us. He is the one that is continuously taking care of us, protecting us, serving us. So what do we do in return? We do what the rain god did, and we also are going to try to be useful for other people, is what is shown in this pastram. He will take care of us. We help out other people, is what is shown here. That also he is the one that is doing, is what is shown in Ari Maikanna. Next, Mayan. Clean the Yamuna was the topic I had given. Tiyinil tushagum sheppu. If there's any cleaning, Yamuna we think is dirty. In reality, the real dirt is in our heart. We need to clean our heart. How is that cleaning going to happen? He is the one that is going to come and clean it. If there's any bad qualities, if there's any ahankara mamakaram, I will go into further detail later on. However, if there's any such bad qualities in us, who is going to remove that? If we try to remove something on our own, I don't know if it will necessarily work. I can speak from my own experience. If I try to stop myself from doing something, I won't be able to do it. Whereas, if I'm trying to wake up at 6 a.m. every morning and come here every day for 30 days, will not happen. However, I cannot wake up at 6 a.m. even for 1 week. By the third day of school, I'm like, okay, I start waking up at 10. However, now, throughout this month, I've been able to wake up on time. That is due to him. If there's any bad qualities in us, he is the one that is going to remove it. We do not have to try to do anything against that. That is what Andal says in the fifth pastram, Mayane. Afterwards, this kind of Andal, this is the introduction she gives, in which she summarizes the contents of all 30 pastrams. So now what does she do? After doing that, is she over? There's still 25 pastrams. Thiruppāvai is split into Ayyindum Aindum, 5 sets of 5. Next, what does she do? Margai Vayum Onga Ari Mayan. Afterwards, Pullu Kisu Kirvanam Tumani Notru Katru Kanaitu, Pul Ungal Yellai. What does she do in those pastrams? She wakes up people to join her in her vratam. She wakes up 10 girls to join her, 10 gopikas to join her. It is said that there was 5 lakh gopikas in Vrindavan, of which 10 were missing. So Andal made sure to bring those 10 as well. What did I do for topics for these days? 10 days? This was probably my most popular ones. I chose to make each girl a Disney princess. And so with that, we will look into each Disney princess, the quality that they have, and what Andal is showing. Each one is technically a bad quality we have in us that Krishna is going to remove. Each girl, we will see that. I'm not going to tell the stories of all Disney princesses. Please get Disney Plus for that. So with that, we will first look at Pullu. What happens in that pastram? She wakes up Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty is a person that doesn't know it's time for the Bhagavad Gunanubhava. A lot of people don't even know about Bhagavad Gunanubhava, the enjoyment of qualities of Krishna. Bhagavad Gunanubhava equals to enjoying the qualities. I will use that term consistently, please note it. So with that, she wakes up Sleeping Beauty. She was sleeping. She didn't realize that where Prince Charming had come. Andal also does not, Andal is saying that this girl that she's waking up now doesn't realize it's time. The sun has come up, it's time to start to go for this Krishna Anubhavam. The next girl, in Kisi, what does she do? It is Tinkerbell. This is the person that is seen to be selfish. She wanted Peter Pan for herself. Similarly, this girl does not want to share Bhagavad Gunanubhava with others. When doing Gunanubhava, we should do it with multiple people. We should share amongst others and do it, not alone. And so that's what is seen here. Why should we share it? If we don't share it, it is selfishness. Selfishness is again ahankara mamakaram, to think that I got something. For instance, right, if somebody else were to give something to us, we are more likely to share it. Whereas if we were to work hard for something, we will say, no, I worked hard for this, I will not give it to you. That is what we shouldn't do, because we are not working hard for anything. He is the one that is giving us Bhagavad Gunanubhava, so what are we doing here? Of course it is to be shared with others, is what is shown in that pastram. Next up we saw Kirvanam, Andal wakes up Cinderella, a person that was still sleeping. We don't leave people behind is what is shown in that pastram. Cinderella was left behind by her sisters. We do not do that. We should be the fairy godmother, wait for the people and take them as well. This person was late, but yet we still waited. No matter what it is, we wait for people and then go, is what is shown there. Next pastram, she looked at Tumani Madathu. We saw Jasmine. Jasmine was a person that was covered in riches. She was the daughter of the Sultan. The Sultan was completely immersed in his riches. That's exactly what we shouldn't do, is what is shown in that pastram. We should not be enamored by our riches. We may think that, oh, I am going to get some riches and that I have done this. In seconds, that person can turn into a beggar. We see so many times in history where somebody is the emperor and then suddenly they've dropped. That is the level to which the riches are at. We should not be focused fully on that. We should understand that if we have anything, it is thanks to him. And so we should speak about his praise only, is what is shown with that girl. After that, Anda looks at Notuchuarkum Pugin Ramana. This was Elsa. Elsa was a person that thought she can achieve everything on her own. She was an independent person that thought, I can do something. In reality, this pastram, it shows that Sarva Dharman Parityagya, Mam Ekam Saranam Vraja, you cannot do anything. You think that through Bhakti Yogam, people say that, oh, through doing japa so many times, suddenly God will come and grace me. It's just a count. Similarly, we say that, oh, we put so much inside the yaga, inside the fire, thereby God will come and grace me. That's not the case. Just because we put something inside of fire, it's not a vending machine. God is not a vending machine that we can just put something and then we get something back from him. He is going to give us whatever it is when he feels it is right. So the fact that we have to put in some sort of effort to get something out of it is not something that will work out. That is what this pastram says is not the case. Elsa thought she can get something on her own, Krishna Anubhava on her own. We cannot get Krishna Anubhava on our own, is what is shown in that pastram. Afterwards, she looked at Kachuk Karave Kanangal Paragarandu. We looked at Bell. Bell is a person that is known for Paratantriyam. Paratantriyam means however Krishna wants his Anubhava, we get that Anubhava accordingly. However he wants us to have him, he will do that. So we see even in the Taniyan that I said, Nila Dunga Stanagiri Tare Suptam Udbhotya Krishnam Parartyam Swam Shuti Satasirasittam Adhyabayanti. It is said that Krishna is laying on the lap of Nappinne, his wife. Shouldn't it be the opposite? She is laying on his lap. If we are all dependent upon God, shouldn't it be the opposite? It's all metaphors. Shouldn't it be the opposite then? No, because he wants it to be this way, so it will happen this way. Similarly, we should not say that, oh God, I have to do puja for you. I have to be the one that does stuff for you. That's not the case. If he wants to do something, we let it happen. If he wants to suddenly sit at our feet, we should let that happen. Whatever he wants, we should go along with it, is what is shown by Padatantriyam in that pastram. Next pastram, Kanaktilam Katreme, we saw Rapunzel. I also told the story of Alavandar in that pastram. What is the specialty of Rapunzel? She did not realize that she was the king's daughter. Similarly, we may have so many people around us that are engaged in Gunanubhava. We do not realize that they are engaged in Gunanubhava. We do not take that opportunity. If somebody is engaged in that, we should go connect with them, understand from them, as opposed to not knowing about that. Her father was the king. However, she did not know that. She did not realize that those lanterns were for her every year. Similarly, we should go to if there's somebody relative or somebody close to us that is doing the Gunanubhava, we should go engage with them, is what is shown in that pastram. Next pastram, Andal says, Pullin Vai Kindane, we saw Snow White. Polla Arakkan is something that I really liked from that pastram. Polla Arakkan refers to the bad Rakshasa. Ravana was the bad Rakshasa in that story. You may ask the question, Rakshasa itself equals to bad. So why is it said bad Rakshasa? That's not the case. There's good Rakshasa as well in that story. There's Vibhishana. Vibhishana was also a Rakshasa. He was born of the same family, yet he was not seen as Rakshasa. What is shown in this pastram is, we should not have any reservations that this person is of this caste, this person is of this religion, this person is of this orientation or gender, etc. We should engage with everybody equally, because Gunanubhava is not, we should not have this reservation that, oh, I will not engage with them. That's not correct. Every Perumal in the Ongi Ulagalandha pastram, Ongi Ulagalandha Uttaman, what did he do? He put his foot on top of everyone. Vamana Avataram. You see that in the Vamana Avataram, he put his foot on top of everybody. What is the purpose of that? He put his foot on top of everybody to show that I am the one taking care of every single person. Everybody is under me. That does not exclude the people that were not thinking about him at that time. That was not excluding some people that were not bathed at that time, or anybody that we as a society put aside and say that, oh, they are not worthy of being inside our society. Krishna did not see that at that time. Vamana did not see that. He put his foot on everyone. So hence Andal is saying we should also not see such reservations. We should also not see people as different. We should see everybody equally, is what is shown in that pastram. Next pastram, Anda looks at Ungal Poekadai Thottattavaviyul. She sees Tiana. She wakes up Tiana, who is that others had to wake her up. In Tiana's story, we see that the frog is the one that really had to tell her so much in life and had to wake her up. This pastram shows a person that said, I will wake you up in the morning. They set up my brother even yesterday. Every day this happens. I tell him, wake me up in the morning. He sets his alarm, he goes to sleep. I wake up in the morning and realize he hasn't woken me up. I have to be the one that wakes him up. That is exactly what happens in this pastram. You think that you are going to wake somebody else up? Waking up in all of these pastrams is not physically waking up from sleep. Sleep is equal to ajnanam, ignorance. We are waking up from that ignorance. It is not that we are going to wake up somebody else from ignorance. Krishna is going to wake us all up, is what is shown in that. Next is Ungal Poekare. Yes, next we see Yellai Ilangaye. The last princess I looked at was Merida. She was known to be very argumentative towards her mother. However, what solved all her problems at the end? How did her mother turn back from a bear to a human? It was that she said sorry. Is the point of this story. We should not argue with people. We should not put flaws on other people. We can easily say that is the reason, that other person is the reason that I am doing bad. That's not the case. We should always give credit. We should always put the blame upon ourselves. In reality, if we understand that everything is the action of God, then there's no blame at all. He is the one that is acting through them. If we are blaming them, we are blaming God. And that is what we should not do. We should not argue, is what is shown in that pastram. In the next pastram, so Andal has woken up her 10 girls now. What does she do now? Nayagara, Ambaram, Undu, Kuttu, Muppattu. What does she do in these 5 pastrams? She plays chess. That's what we looked at. She goes to the house of Krishna and she wakes up people. First, in Nayaganai, she wakes up. She opens up she comes to the door and she sees the guards and she says, guards, open up. I need to come in. I need to see Krishna. I need to wake him up for this vratam. To which the guards also let her in. They're the pawns. In chess itself, you see if 2 pawns come in front of each other, unless one pawn goes sideways, the other pawn cannot continue. That is what is shown. They are the guards of all the other pieces, right? Similarly, Krishna is being guarded by whom? He is the one guarding himself. Without his permission, we cannot go past anything. We cannot do anything, is what is shown in that pastram. Next, we see Ambaram. We see the bishops, Nanda and Yashoda. You see the bishops in chess. One of them, Ambarame Tannire Shore Aramshayum. One of the bishops always travels in white. Other bishop travels in Emberaman Nandagopala Indra, Kombanar Killam Kurinde Kolavarake, Emberamati Yasoda Yarula. The other bishop always travels in black. This is Nanda and Yashoda. Yashoda is the one that travels in black. Nanda is the one that travels in white. What does that signify? The white bishop, he is known to give an Ambaram Tanni Sore. Ambaram refers to the clothing that we wear. Tannir refers to the water that we drink. Soru refers to the food that we eat, the rice that we eat. All of these are white or clear in color. He is giving us all of these things. Similarly, we also see that Yashoda, what has she given us? She's given Krishna. She's given Krishna. What color is Krishna? Black in color. So we see that the two bishops were Nanda and Yashoda. Next, afterwards, we see in the next posture, Anda looks at Undu Madakalitran, Voda Tolvain, she wakes up the queen, Nappinne. What is the specialty of Nappinne? Why didn't she say Radha? Why didn't she say Rukmini, etc.? Nappinne is special because to win Nappinne's hand in marriage, Krishna had to go defeat 7 bulls and then afterwards marry her. At that time, Nappinne did not do anything. She just sat and waited for Krishna to come and take her. Similarly, that is what is shown by the Jivatma state. Us, the soul, what do we do? We do not go after God. We do not go after Krishna. He is going to come and take us. He is going to come take hold of us, is what is seen here. If any of us are here right now, He decided to put us here today. It is not that we decided that we are going to come sit here. He decided that, is what is shown in that postrum. That is what is the specialty of Nappinne. That's why the Arvars always refer to Nappinne. Furthermore, what is the specialty of the queen? The queen, without the queen, he is not useful. Without the queen, the king more, if you lose the queen in the game of chess, it's basically game over. That is the reason that we refer to her as the queen. Thiruvilla Tevere Teren Min Teve. She is the embodiment of compassion. Without that compassion, he may be powerful, he may be Sharva Shakti Yuktan, he may have Jnanam Shakti, Prapti, Purti, he may have knowledge, he may have strength, he may be able to rule the entire world, everything. Without compassion, what's the use of that? He will just rule us with, you see that kids, right? They will create something and then afterwards they'll destroy it. If he wants to, if that's what he's doing, there's no compassion with that. He's taking care of us properly is what is shown here with compassion. Without compassion, none of the other things matter. That refers to Nappinne. Next afterwards, we see Kuttuvelakariya Kottakkal Kattilmel. We saw the king. Why is that the king? Krishna is the king that we see that we wake up here. What is the specialty of the king? In reality, all the pieces in the chessboard are playing on behalf of the king. None of the other chess players are playing on their own thoughts. For instance, none of the other players think that, oh, I am going to do this. The pawn isn't thinking that I'm going to do this and do it. The bishop isn't thinking on its own. The king is the one that is controlling everything. In reality, we are playing on behalf of the king. If the king wins, everybody wins. If the king doesn't win, nobody wins. That's what is shown here. Krishna is also the king. He is the one that is controlling, acting through everybody else. If Ambaram Tannir Soru, all these food, water and clothing, is that Nanda the one that is going to give it to us? It is actually Krishna that is giving it to us. Everything is Krishna is the one that is doing everything. Devaki in Yashoda, she is the one that is giving that black. She is the bishop that is giving Krishna. It is not she is giving it. He is giving it. Similarly, you see the same thing with the pawns. If somebody is being let through, it is he is the one that is letting it through. Similarly, the queen as well. It is just an embodiment of his compassion. It is a quality he have that we have personified is what we see there. That is the four people in the chessboard. Finally, we see the rooks and knights. Those refer to the Muppattu mover, all the devas. They are also in his service alone. They are the ones that are. It is because of he is the one that is acting through them. It is not that Chinnajaya Swami gives a joke often. If there were truly 33,000 gods, we will see Greek mythology in our stories as well. It will simply be everybody continuously fighting amongst each other and nothing will really get done for us. That's not the case. It is one person acting through all of these forces. Each of these forces, we've given it a name for us to understand. If Indra, we are saying Indra, what is really giving us rain? Krishna is the one giving us rain. We've called that something else. We see the sun, Suryan, reality that is also Krishna. Every single part of nature, we've given it a name for us to understand. It is all aspects of him alone. It's what is shown in that posture. With that, Andal has woken up Krishna. Now what? Now she calls him and she says, okay, come on. To which we see Yetra, Angan, Mari, Andru, Worthy. What are the topics for that? Yetra was the bottomless buffet. Krishna is somebody that is without end. We think that, okay, I'm going to do this Bhagavad Gunadabhava 2 hours a day and that's it. I have said Thiruppāvai for 30 minutes every day and today is definitely going to go over 1 hour. But however, is this all the meanings of Thiruppāvai? You see so many different commentaries. We see 10 plus commentaries written just by P.B. Anangaracharya Swami in his lifetime. Similarly, my Acharyan spent upwards of 6 months going through this with me. So many meanings in these pastimes. Gunanubhava, we see even the Thiruppāvai, it's 1102 pastimes, that composition by Swami Nammarvar, to which we ask the question, okay, what does that say? Each centum, each 100 pastimes says a quality of God. No. Each decade, each set of 10 pastimes says a quality of God. No. Each pastime says a quality of God. No. Each word says a quality of God. No. Each word has so many qualities of God. Even the word Govinda is used so many times in Thiruppāvai. Govinda itself has so many meanings. Govinda means he who is the cowherd. He is controlling everything. He is the one that is herding all of us. Is that all it shows? The cowherd bathes alongside with the cows. He is Sulaban, he is Sushilan. He is continuously with us. He does not see that I am greater, you are less. He does not do that. You see so many different qualities just in that one word. His gunas are without end is what is shown in that Yetta Kanangal. Next afterwards we see in Anganmanyalattarasar, we see the fallen titans. Hurnayagamai, Oda Ulagaran Andavar, Karnai Kavanda Kalar, Siragi Panaya, Pernard Kane, Mele Pichetam Kolwe, Tirnar and Tal, Kalam Perechindi Tuimino. Like I said, if we may think that we are so great, but at the end of the day, all of us are great thanks to the fact that we are under His Tiruvadi, under His grace. He is the one that is making anything happen. All these kings and stuff, they can easily fall from greatness. Anganman Yalattarasar, Abhimana Bangamai, they have lost their ahankaram, their ego, and they've come at Krishna's feet. Iruppar Pol, we've also come is what Andal says. We've also come similarly. To which I ask the question, they have come losing ego. They are kings. They thought they were so great. They probably did so many atrocities at the time they were king. And then afterwards they are coming and falling at Krishna's feet. Have we come similarly? Yes. Because it is not that we are great, we have come for Him. They have not come for Him. They had this bad qualities and then it got removed, etc. He is the one that is making them come as well. He is the one making us come as well. When we are all doing something, we should not think we are greater because of the path that we have taken. Krishna is giving each person a specific path. Everybody's path is good for them. It is that similarly, just like them, we've also come. He has given them the path. He's also given us a path, is what is shown in that pastime. With next, Andal in the 23rd pastime, she looks at Mari Malamuranjil. I said that this pastime refers to the Lion King. Andal gives this great description of a lion coming out of its cave, and at that time it is roars. That's the first half of the pastime. And then she says, Krishna, you also come and sit like that. What does that show? He is the one that is going to get up. He is the one that is going to come out of the cave. He is the one that is going to come towards us. You see in Srirangam, you even see in many Divyadesams, you see this thing called Parpad. The deity will come in procession around the streets. Most people that live in these temple streets, they will not go to the temple at all. They will wait until the deity comes in front of them. Because in reality, out of the 365 days, at least 300 days are procession days. And so the deity himself will come to us. That is the reality. We do not have to go inside the cave and say, hi lion, can you come grace me? We do not have to go to the lion and ask it to roar for us. He himself will come out. He himself will roar, and through that roaring, he will remove all our bad qualities. That sound, it blows away all our bad qualities, is shown in that pastime. He himself will come and do that, is what is shown there. Next up, Andal hypes up Hari in Andriv Volagamalandai. Yeah, I asked the question, is it necessary that somebody has to follow God and say, oh God, you are great? We continuously use Stotra, Stavapriyan. That's one of the names in Vishnu Sahasranam, Stavapriyaha. He likes to be praised. Doesn't that seem very cheap for God, that somebody needs to come around Him and continuously praise Him? Even if one of us were to always want to be praised, we will think of it as very cheap. That's not the reason why He is Stavapriyan. He wants us to speak His greatness so that another person can hear it and thereby understand these qualities, and thereby understand through those qualities that He is the protector. Through this protection, what happens for us? We get a peace of mind. The whole point of the Arvars is keep calm and Narayana. By hearing the word Narayana, that He is the protector, we will keep calm. If Aham Madrakshana Baro Madrakshana Palam Tata Napavas Shripatere Vet Yatmanam Nikshibet Putaha. He is the one that is, we think that the burden is on our shoulders. We think the weight is on our shoulders. It's not even that we have to take off the weight and put it on His shoulders. We just open our eyes and realize the weight was always on His shoulders. We do not really have to worry about anything. We just go with the flow of life. he is the one that is doing everything is what is shown there. That is what Andal hypes up Hari. She speaks about his greatness in that pastime so that other people can also hear it. Furthermore, that shows to us Muimam Pumpuril Poigi, Mudalai Cherepatan, and the Kaima Karil say the Karmugil Pol, Panan Kanan, Yamani Choli Party, Yerundum Parandum Tulada, Taman Karamamian Sulit, and Karal Vatat Tulire. What does that show? He is going to come and grace us. He is going to come and grace us. What do we do because of that? We get up and we go around and tell other people how that grace is going to happen to us. Similarly, I'm sitting here and telling you guys. It is not that we have to go door to door and tell people that, oh, come join our religion. That's not what we are trying to say. It's just that when somebody comes and tells you, oh, I'm having a hard time in life, we tell them, don't worry, nature is taking care of you. Don't worry, Perumal is taking care of you is the point that we have to bring out. Don't worry is the point that is brought out here. How do we know not to worry? Through knowing these qualities of God is what is shown in Afterwards, we see she speaks about the origin story of how Krishna was born. What is the specialty of that pastime? Thondrudal is what is shown. Thondrudal means Krishna, he is born here out of his own will. In reality, was he supposed to be brought up in Vrindavan? He should have been brought up in Mathura. It was his wish that he was somewhere else. It is out of his wish that he has come to us. Furthermore, Thondrudal. Otherwise, don't say he jumped from the sky and came here. They don't say he did avataram and came here. They say he Thondrudal. Thondrudal means he was already here. He was here amongst us. He is here in every single action. He's showing himself to us is what is shown by Urutti Maganai. Thondrudal is what Arvai shows there. It's the next pastime. So we don't have to worry. We don't have to think that Krishna is not here amongst us. He is here. He's just giving that example through that Krishna avataram, etc. Next pastime, she says, Malaya Manivanna, sharing is caring. We are in the last 5 pastimes. I will say the last 3 pastimes. Then afterwards, I will sing Sitram Sirigale. Then afterwards, I will give the last two pastimes. But we will look at the last 5 pastimes. In these last 5 pastimes, Andal is packing as much information as possible. Until now, she has provided this information in multifaceted ways through waking up girls to giving up a huge lion coming out of the cave analogy, through hyping up Hari, etc. But now she's packing all the information into 5 short pastimes. 4 pastimes, you see that. Male, Kudare, Karave, Sitram, Vanga. What is that? Male, sharing is caring. He is the one that is going to take care of us is what is shown here. We have to share that with everybody. We have to make it loud, known to everybody is what Andal says here. She asks for multiple things, objects for this vratam. What are those? Don't forget that she's doing this vratam. She's pretending to do this vratam. To pretend to this vratam, she's asking for objects. All of them refer to the fact that we have to announce to everybody about his qualities. We should not keep it to ourselves. We should share it. Is what is shown there. Next pastime, Kudare, let's party, is what was shown there. Andal says that she's going to wear so many different jewelry, and then she's also going to eat a wonderful dish called Akkar Idisal, to which I showed how the jewelry refers all to how we have Sheshaton. How, for instance, she said she was going to wear bangles. What does that mean? When we go in front of God, we do this Anjali. What does Anjali refer to? My hands are handicapped. I cannot do anything. That is what is shown there. That is the significance of the tol valaye tode. She's saying that, oh, I'm going to continuously hear his greatness. Shevi puve padagame endranaya palgalanum. We are going to wear all those jewelry. Adayudupom. We are going to wear clothing on top of that. What is the clothing? He is going to protect us continuously. This jewelry refers to that Sheshatvam, the fact that he's that Gunanubhavam that we have, the fact that he is protecting us. And then he's going to protect the fact that we know this continuously with the clothing on top of it. And then afterwards, what do? We have this Chakkar Pongal is what not Chakkar Pongal, Akkar Idisal is what Andal says. It is made out of milk. Flawless is what is shown there. White is usually seen as a flawless color. Similarly, the Akkar Idisal is made out of milk. The Gunanubhava that he gives will be flawless. If I try to go do something, if I try to go get something, it will have flaws. If God is giving something, will it have flaws? No. So he has the Gunana, he is giving us the Gunanubhava. However, the Jivatma, no matter how much it tries to fully enjoy that Gunanubhava, it will never fully happen is what is shown there. Next, Andal says, Karavegal, ignorance is bliss, is the beauty of that pastime. The Gopikas, they are known to bathe twice a year. On the one Sankranti, Makara Sankranti, they bathe for the head. And the other Sankranti, they bathe for the rest of the body. They don't have any acharams, they don't follow any rules. They don't wear 12 Thiruman, they don't have shika, they don't bathe, they don't do anything. So how are they going to get moksha? Punniyam Yamurayam. They have one thing. Krishna was born alongside them. Similarly, we do not have to think that, oh, I'm going to go follow these rules, I'm going to go learn something, I'm going to read the Bhagavad Gita, I'm going to repeat it fully from by heart. That's not what God is expecting. Through doing that, we are not going to get anything out of it. Ignorance is bliss. They had that ignorance. Yet He came and sat right next to them is what we see. He will come and sit right next to us as well. He will come and sit in our life as well as what is shown in that pastime. With that, I still have to explain Sitram and Manga, the two Satrame pastimes. Before that, I've talked enough. They will play Sitram Sirikale.
Sitram Sirikale Vandum Nei Sevite Sitram Sirikale Vandum Nei Sevite
This pasuram is considered to be the soul of Thiruppāvai. Sitram Sirikale. It is seen in even Parasara Bhattar's story. Somebody came and asked him. He's a great Acharya, Parasara Bhattar. I've mentioned him plenty of times in the past. He is known. People went and asked him, "Oh Swami, what do I do on a day-to-day?" You could say that, oh, you have to do Sandhyanam, you have to do Trivaradhanam. So a list of things somebody can give, that you have to do all these things. But Parasara Bhattar did not give that list. He said that if you want to do something, every day say Thiruppāvai, say the 30 pasurams of Thiruppāvai. That's the minimum. To which that person said, I cannot do that, that's too much for me. To which that person then said, the Parasara Bhattar then said, okay, at least say Rata Pasuram is a practice that we have. You say the pasurams that are starred in the Thiruppāvai. So Margari, Ongi Olagalanda Uttaman, Nayaganai. You see then similarly Undu Madagalitran, Andru, Mari, Andru, Kudare, Karave, Sitram, Manga. These are all star pasurams. Say those at least, because they're important pasurams. They said that's too much time for me. That takes 5 minutes. I don't have that much time. To which then Parasara Bhattar said, okay, at least say the last two. He said, no, I don't have time for that as well. To which Parasara Bhattar said, okay, at least say Sitram Sirigale Pastram. Person said, I don't have time for that either. To which Parasar Bhatter then said, say the word Sitram, that's enough. Or at least think of me while I'm saying this pastram. Well, how I am when I'm saying this pastram. This pastram is the heart of Thiruppāvai. Specifically, Yatraikum Yerer Pravikum Mundannodu. Krishna is our soulmate is what I showed in this pastram. That was the title I had given for this. He's our soulmate. He's continuously with us. Immaikum Yerer Pravikum Nam Batravan. நம்மை உடையவன் நாராயணன் நம்பி செம்மையுடைய திருக்கையால் தாள் பற்றி அம்மிமிதிக்க கடா கண்டேன் தோழினான். Andal has kind of given a good commentary for that line in our Nachiyar Thirumai. எம்மைக்கும் ஏரேர் பிறவிக்கும் நம் பற்றாவான். He is always going to be here with us. ஏரேர் பிறவிக்கும். Andal, she's giving a dream in her Nachiyar Thirumai of how it is like when she's getting married to God. She has a dream in which he comes to her and marries her. She speaks about the Ammi Midittal, Ammi Midikka Kana Kanten Torina. We see in the Tamil marriage tradition that there's this practice that the groom, he takes the bride's foot, he puts it on top of this stone, this very sturdy stone, and then puts the ring on her feet is what we see there. That practice Andal is saying, Ammi Midikka Kana Kanten Torinan. That, what is that Ammi Midikka? What does that represent? The fact that that relationship between the husband and the wife should be as sturdy as that stone. Similarly, our relationship with him is also as sturdy. It is not that we have 7 life subscription with him and then afterwards he leaves us on the 8th life. That's not the point. I saw a joke similarly that a person said that, oh, my family, we are so great, we have enough money for 7 generations to sit and eat without anything. To which the daughter then asked, why are you working then, Appa? To which he said, I'm the 8th generation. That's not the case. That's not what Krishna is doing. He's idmaikum yerer pravikum, always, continuously. Without a miss, every single second, he's protecting us. If that is the case, Matrenang Kamangal Matru, what else is there? Is there any other point which somebody can come? Is there anything else that we need? If every single second he's doing whatever is needed for us, he's doing what is best for us. Kurevundramillada Govinda. He is without flaw, he is doing everything that we need for us. Only if there's a miss in that continuum, right? If you look at a timeline, if there's a miss in the continuum, if there's a circle in the continuum, then only can you put something else there. If there's nothing else, if fully it is all encompassing His grace, where else is there anything for us to want something and get something else? Everything is His grace alone is what is shown in this pastram. Continuous grace without a miss, equally for every single person that we see, not just the people that are coming for Thiruppāvai. Everything is happening by His grace alone is what is shown in this pastram. His grace is continuous. It is not conditional. Is what Andal says there. With that, Adiyan will explain the last pastram very quickly. It's a very short pastram. And afterwards, I will conclude for today. Angakadal Kadainda Madhavane Kesavane, Tingal Teremugatha Cheria, Isendange, Anga Paregundavache, Anudavai Pangamala Tandarial, Pataviran, Kodesona, Sangat Tamimale, Mupadam Tapame, Inge Parisarepar, Irendamal Varetol, Sangan Tremugatha Chalvat Tremalal, Ingum Trevaral Petre, Inburempawa. Very simple pastram. Vanga Kadal Kadainda Madhavane Kesavane. This Madhavan, what does he do? We see that there's the Samudra Mantana. They had the huge, the Devas, they had lost everything. They wanted to churn the ocean to get nectar and all their wealth out of it. So that's what he does. Vanga Kadal Kadainda Madhavane. Madhavan, he's continuously churning the ocean. Keshavane. She mentions 2 of these names of him. Madhavan, Keshavan. Madhavan refers to he who is married to Shri. He who is married to Lakshmi. What does that refer to? Lakshmi refers to wealth. He always has wealth. Further, so that means he can always protect us. He can always has the ability to protect us. Madhavan also refers to the fact that Shri means his grace, his kripa. He will always give that kripa is what is shown here. Madhavan refers to that compassion. Madhavane. Kesavane means he is the one that is Virodhi Narasanan. He will defeat any Virodhi, any obstacle that comes to us. Just like how he defeated it for the Devas. Any obstacle he will defeat for us. Question is asked here. Me and my friend, we were discussing this pastram. To which Vanga Kadal Kadainda Madhavan. Vanga Kadal. How is it a Vanga Kadal? Vanga Kadal means the ocean, the Milky Ocean, had boats in it. What boats are in the Milky Ocean is asked. That's a really good question, right? To which we had an answer that came up to us. The waves of the ocean refer to the obstacles in our life. It is not that there's waves some elsewhere. There's waves in our own mind. What will get us out of those waves? If we get on top of a boat, what is the boat? He is the boat. Krishna is the boat. He is the Vangam. He is the one that is on top. He is the boat that we are going to climb, that he is going to put us on top of, to protect us from that swaying of the waves, from the ignorance. Vanga kadal kadainda madhavane kesavane tingal thirumugathu chereyai chendrinja anga paregonda vaatrai. She refers to the Gopikas. Chereyai chendrinji, they have a lot of ornaments. What is the ornaments refer to? It refers to the fact that he is the one that is continuously gracing. They have that protection on them, that each of these ornaments, as I mentioned in Kudare Postrum itself, it is symbolism for different ways we do the Gunanubhava. If let's just say we have an ornament on our head, it is referring to the fact that we have Sheshatvam. Sheshatvam means he put his feet on top of us, that Adime. She is representing that through the ornament on the head. What about the ornament on the hands? I said we do Anjali. We say that I am handicapped. He is the one that has to take care of us. It is all symbolism. It is all metaphors. They have such ornaments. They have that knowledge of Sheshatvam. Anga paregonda vaatrai. Andal, what does she say? Anga paregonda vaatrai. I have achieved that parai. Parai means that sankalpam. God's sankalpam, God's wishes. In the last postrum, she says that he is always protecting. That is his wish. He is always doing that. She always has that. That doesn't mean that we will always know that. That's another point that is also brought. That jnanam, marappum jnanamum nanondru munandilan, marappum sendamarai kannudu. Marappara ennulle maninan thanne marappanoini aanen maniye. He sometimes gives us that knowledge. Sometimes he takes it away from us based on what is good for us. That is what is Andal shows in this postrum. That protection is continuous. But our knowledge for that protection is fluctuating based on our needs. Sometimes it's better for him to not give that. Sometimes it's better for him to give that, is what is shown there. That is Chereya Sindrinja Anga Paregonda Vaatrai. Paregonda Vaatrai. What is this Andal? She has gotten this Pare, this wishes of him. Ani Puduvai, Paingamala, Tanteriyal, Pattar Piran, Kore Sonna. She's signing off. She's saying, I am the one that is going to, that is the daughter of Periyarvar. Periyarvar is the one that taught me everything. Anga Paregonda Vaatrai, Anidudave, Paingamala Tandariyal, Pattarpiran Kodesana. Pattarpiran taught me everything I know. What is then the point? That she's just giving her name. Sangat Tamil Male Muppadum Tappame. If you learn all of these 30 postrums, if you learn the meanings of all these 30 postrums that I've just explained, so all of you should know it. Ingi Parisurai Par Irendam Alvarai Tol. What is the gift that we get? The topic for this day was Andal's return gift. The return gift that Andal gives is the fact that we will know this, that we know that he is the protector. She is telling us he is the protector. So what comes out of that? Irai inbam. Irendam Alvarai Shengan Tirumugathu Chelvat Tirumalal. That Tirumal, we realize that he is Tirumal, he is the protector. Yengum Tiruvarul Petri Inburu. It is not that we have to go to Moksha, some place that called Vaikunta, to have this bliss. What is Vaikunta? We say that we have this heaven, Vaikunta, etc., Moksha, etc. It means a lack of stress. Vaikunta means flawless place, flawlessness. Vaikuntam is that flawlessness that we can have here as well. Poliga poyitra vallu irchabum naliyum naragum nainde namanakindi aadam in the millai kaliyum kedum kandukon min boodangal manmel maliya pundise paadi are you uidara kandom. Arvar says that this stress, the lack of stress we can have here as well. If we just understand he's the protector, that moksha anubhavam can happen here as well. If we just do that guna anubhava here, that moksha anubhava is there. We do not have to go anywhere else. Inge parisurai part, here itself he will grace us. Mal varai tol. Such mal, irend mal varai tol. He has 4 hands is what is shown here. I wanted to mention Kanchi Deva Perumal, when mentioning the irend mal varai tol, Kanchi Deva Perumal is known for his very broad shoulders. Those broad shoulders, what do they represent? Mal varai tol. It represents his power, his shakti, his ability to protect us. Jnanam, Shakti, Prapti, Purti. These are his qualities that he has. Jnanam, Shakti. He has the knowledge to protect us. He also has the power to protect us. That is what is shown by his shoulders, the strength of his shoulders. Not just two shoulders. He has 4. He has multiple, thousands of shoulders is what the Vedas say. What is that denoting? He is continuously protecting us. He has the infinite ability to protect us. Irandamal Vare told Shengan Tirumogattu Chelvat Tirumalal. Is it enough if he has that ability? He is also Tirumal. He has that compassion. He will always grace us with that compassion. Yengum Thiruvarul Petri Thiruppāvai. We will always have that happiness, is what Andal shows in this pastram. With that, Adiyan will conclude today's, say this pastram, and then afterwards, I'll just take 2 minutes to say a couple of last things. Manga கடல் கடைந்த மாதவனை கேசவனை திங்கள் திருமுகத்து சேரியாய் சென்று அங்க பிறைகொண்ட வாற்றை இவரை பைங்கமல தந்தையே பட்டவிரான் கோது சங்க தமிழ் மாலை 30 தப்பாமே இங்கே பரிசலைப்பார் இருண்ட மால்விளை தோல் செங்கன் திருமுகத்து செல்வத் திருமாலால் இங்கும் திருவள் பெற்று பாவார் கோதை பிறந்த ஊர் கோவிந்தன் வார் மோர் சோதி மணிமாடம் தோன்ற மோர் நீதியாய் நல்ல பத்தர் வாழ் மோர் நான்மலைகளோடு மோர் வில்லிபுத்தோர் வேத கோனூர் ரங்கள் தீர்க்கும் பழமடி காட்டும் வேதமனைத்துக்கும் வித்தாகும் கோதை தமிழை ஏந்தும் ஐந்தும் அறியாத மாண்டழை வையம் சுமப்பதும் Andal. So what happens to her after that? She sang these 30 pastrams as a child. Afterwards, eventually, we see that Periyarvar comes in the dream in his dream. Krishna comes in his dream, and he says, "Bring your daughter to Srirangam. I'll marry her." Is what is seen, and with that, Periyarvar also brings her on the Tolikiniyan on her shoulders in the Pallakki. She brings her. And with a lot of other people, they go to Srirangam from Shriviliputtur, in which it is seen that Andal, when they reach in the streets of Srirangam, the Pallaki feels a lot lighter. They open it up. Andal has disappeared. It is believed that Andal has reached back to Perumal's Tiruvadi. She has married Krishna, is what is seen here. Periyarvar feels very sad. He took my daughter away. Periyarvar feels very sad. He goes back to Shriviliputtur, to which you see that in Shriviliputtur, Andal, Rangamanar, Garda, the three of them are seen in Vigraha form for Periyarvar, and that we will still see today in Shriviliputtur. Andal got that wedding that she wanted. She got married to him. Similarly, that wedding represents the fact that we are also all married to him. That marriage is permanent. He is always with us, is what is shown here. With that, Andal also finishes up her Thiruppāvai, her anubhavam in this world. With that, Adiyan has to mention a couple of things last before I will conclude. Adiyan first wants to thank the organizers of this place, Radha Krishna Temple, Swapna Ji, and also Ravi Kumar Swami, for arranging for this opportunity for Adiyan. Furthermore, I would also like to thank the musicians that have joined me today. I'm sure it was very beautiful to hear them as opposed to hearing me speak. A round of applause for them would be great. As I had mentioned, the musicians, the ones that are the singers were Atulya, Shrinika, and Surya Savitri. And then afterwards, we see on the Veena, we had Ananya, and then also Anirudh on the Mridangam. With that, I'm very happy that they had been able to join me today. Further, Adiyan would also like to thank all of the team of here in the Radha Krishna Temple that had helped out with the recording on a day-to-day. So many days, Adiyan was actually not here. I had to record and keep it. They had provided abilities for that. Every day I drank water. Kalyan had provided me that water every single day. Very thanks to them. Furthermore, Adiyan also likes to thank all the listeners that continuously listen to 30 days despite me being very amateur and very just blabbering a lot of the times. Sometimes I go over the time, etc. without feeling bad about any of those things, to listen to me here. And then also so many people online were listening throughout the world on a day-to-day. I'm very thankful to all of them, including many Acharya Purusha, very scholars, very learned people that had listened. They did not have any reason to listen, yet they showed their grace upon me and listened. I'm very thankful to all of them. Furthermore, Adiyan would not be able to do any of this if it were not for a couple of people. Adiyan first needs to thank my father and mother, who had encouraged me from a young age in this field. And furthermore, my father, who had taught me Thiruppāvai at a very young age, had helped me memorize Thiruppāvai from a very young age. And also all my Acharyans. You see that my Samashena Acharya, Siribuliyur Swami, the people that I had learned these arthams from, Saradi Totatri Swami, Velukudi Krishnan Swami, and then also Vanamalai Padmanabhan Swami, and Ilavali Bura Acharya Swami, Ilavali Sriraman Swami, all of which who I studied under the tutelage of. So I'm very thankful to all of them. A lot of the meanings I had provided are from what they had taught me. However, most importantly, it is very important to also note that I would not have been able to do this if there were not commentaries for these texts. They would not have also been able to teach me if there were not commentaries. So I have to thank the commentators as well, the commentators from approximately 1,750 years ago. I, Jananya Acharya Swami, who wrote the 2000 Padi commentary, 2000 verse commentary for 30 pastrams. You see a depth of Thiruppāvai. The 4,000 Padi commentary was also written by him. Similarly, you see 3000 Padi commentary, the 3000 Padi commentary by Periyavachan Pillai. He had also given a lot of meanings, which is also translated, approximately translated in English by Sarathi Thotatri Swami on koil.org. Also, most importantly, Aragimanala Perumal Nayanar, who had given the 6000 Padi commentary, very beautiful commentary, and also P.B. Anangaracharya Swami, who would have written 10 commentaries after in the last century that are very beautiful to read. Plus also the Swapadaya Sarthams by Dotayacharya Swami, very thankful to them. However, most of the meanings I had given were not from any of these commentaries. They were all from my Achayan, Shriman Shri Uve, Ilavelli, Malyam, Embar, Rangacharya, Saragopa Rangacharya Swami, without whom I would not be able to sit here